All right, we're live on TikTok. Where are you? I gotta turn that a little bit. I know you see me. Hello, I see you. Let me change my camera angle here so you don't just say me. Back camera. Here we go. Good evening. Good evening. Let me adjust the TikTok camera. There we go. Okay. Before I shut the lights out, you could talk about where we are, what we're doing, and all that fun stuff.
All that fun stuff. We are at the Creeper Gallery. I am back.
Where is the Creeper Gallery?
New Hope, Pennsylvania.
Very good.
It is an art shop with very unique macabre artwork by Donna Marion, and she has a back room with haunted objects called the Red Room. We are surrounded in cases by haunted objects, but we have 2 items that we're going to be investigating. Actually, kind of 3, even though the other one's a combo. Together tonight, right in the first right out of the gate, we actually have a portrait of a young boy. This boy is named Tommy Schreier. He was born in 1909 and he passed away in 1910. So year old, around that spectrum, between a year or maybe a little younger than a year. His mother was Mattie Pipe and the father was a William Shearer. And the fact that the mother's name is Pipe and the father's a Shearer, I don't know if the maiden name was just put here to identify who the mother was, or which is not usually common when a couple are married. They usually share the same last name. So I'm wondering.
Especially in those days, you don't hear much of women keeping their.
No, but I mean, this might just be for identification purposes to say who this person was. But the fact that it's Hattie Pipe and William Schreier, I said to John, it just made me wondered if they were married. So again, this boy, Tommy, and that's the only information that we know. So we don't know who's haunting the photo, if it's Tommy, if it's the parents, or any of that stuff. Before we went live, we actually had whoever is attached to this actually already figured out how to use the REM pod, which I'm going to explain everything to, whether it be whoever's attached to this item. First, I'm going to introduce, this is John that's over here. So we've been in here tonight. We've already been set up and we've kind of talked to you a little bit. My name is Chris. We both have children, so we can understand from the perspective of a parent or even the child's yourself. So I'm going to go through this really quick. And like I said, you've already been playing with some of the stuff. So we have this right here. It's a REM pod that plays music. You have see how those turn pretty lights? All these nice little colors. This is the same like this, but it just shows more pretty lights on it. See, the more you touch it, the stronger. It lets us know how much strong your energy is. Right up above you, you also have those pretty little lights on either side of you. You got the little blinky lights. If you touch them, that they go off, and I just went rolling down because I touched it. And then you got these pretty little purple lights that if you touch them, they'll change different colors. And you already know that nothing here can hurt you. You also have a little blinky light up there that you can touch. And then we have this lovely little bell if you want to play with bells. So we have an egg that if you tap it, is blue, it says yes. And then we have a yellow egg that if you tap it, it says no. So it's really, really simple. All we're going to do is just talk to you and get to know you and find out why you are attached to this painting. And here we go. That lighting good?
Oh no, as soon as you get in it.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm in it. Gotta scoot. The floor is hard. Okay, so like I said, we introduced ourselves and we're just trying to get a feel for you and get to know you. We've been told that that you're haunted. That's it. We don't know what that means. Are there voices? Is there a feeling? I mean, it's always heartbreaking. Look, we're already getting reaction. You see that? I noticed that you really like those, so thank you for doing that. Is there anything else that you could touch? Oh, jumped right to the other one. Can we try something? You did this before where you did that one. Can you do the one that's up by your portrait? Can you touch on either side one of those for me? Whoever's here with us right now? Could you do that for me, please? You were just curious and you just wanted to make them go off? That's okay. I know it takes a little bit of energy to do some of these things. So, because we don't know who this is that's attached to this portrait, if this is the mother, Hattie, could you please light something up or touch something, make it ring, the bell or anything, to let us know if this is you, Hattie? So, Hattie, one, I know what it's like to lose a child. I lost my daughter myself. It's heartbreaking. I don't know how long you lived after your son passed, and hopefully he wasn't your only one. Are you with him now, Hattie? Are you with Tommy now? Could you light something up to let me know if you're with Tommy now? Anything at all? It took a lot.
Oh,
Thank you so much. So we may be talking to Hattie. I'm gonna switch up now that we were having connection with Hattie. How about William? William, are you here also with this portrait? Can you light something up to let us know if you're here, William? That's okay. And now I'm gonna ask another one. Tommy? Tommy, would you like to come out and play? Would you like to touch one of anything and make it go off for us? We can play a game. Just giving a little bit more time, just in case that the energy is weak and not as strong. Hattie seems to be the one that's coming through the strongest. Okay, so we're gonna switch back to you, Hattie. If I am talking to you, Hattie, and you're listening to me and you want to communicate, and I'll take off my hat too because I'm sure that's a little bit weird. Could you touch something for me again if you would like to continue to talk to me or explain, we can just get into the dynamics of how you're feeling or what's going on. Can you touch something for us again? John and I do not have the ability to see or hear you. So when we ask these things, it's not out of disrespect. It's just to know that we are communicating with you. Can you possibly light something up for me again? I'm going to try something. And again, anything and everything that we do here, and none of it can hurt you whatsoever. This is just stuff, like I said, John and I can't see and hear you. So this is just our way to try to communicate with you. And it's kind of weird, but I don't get the feeling of sadness that you would get with this. You know what I mean? It's a portrait of their child that died, within a year. But it's almost like a cherished possession. It's almost like a happy, like this is a happy. When I look at this, this makes me happy. Does that make sense?
okay.
It doesn't feel like, and it's funny that because I don't always get feelings of things, but it seems to be that feeling of, and maybe it's because the look on Tommy's face, maybe it has to do with that Tommy's face is kind of like something, I think came up on your tablet over there, John, a square on your tablet.
Yeah, I might switch to my phone.
Do you want me to wait?
No.
So.
Sorry.
I do. I get that feeling. Am I right on that, Hattie? Does this bring you, when you look at Tommy in this picture, Does it bring joy to you? Is there something connected to it that it just gives you? I know I have certain pictures of my daughter. There's ones that I have that make me sad because of what the picture is, but there's other ones that when I look at them, they bring back such happy memories and they make me smile. So this is kind of what I think this portrait does. I don't know why, but I really do. So this right here, Hattie, I'm gonna ask a couple of questions, and all you have to do is speak out loud because John and I can't hear. I don't want that. I don't want the that mode. Give me a minute here. I'm gonna change it. Okay. So Hattie, is there anything that you can say to us right now? If you could speak loud enough, maybe this could speak to us, what you're feeling, what you want to say, anything at all that you would like to share with us? Anything at all? Help us. What do you mean by this when you say that? Can you, because that help us, how, what way, from what? What do you need help with? Do you just need someone to tell your story? Do you just want your legacy to be carried on? Do you want us to talk more about Tommy? A woman. A woman. A woman. So I do believe this is Hattie. All the signs are pointing. You're reacting, you're saying. So is there anything else that you want to say before I try something else with you, Hattie? And that's how I'm going to address it. I'm going to address this spirit as Hattie because that's who I think I'm talking to. And if I'm wrong, tell me. Not alone. Are you with your son and your husband? Oh, with William? Are all the three of you together? Are there more? It's okay. Take as much time as you need. Besides yourself, who's here with you, with us? Okay. Just wants us to know it's a woman. So, is there something you want to try before I try to do EVPs?
Again, I was just thinking when, for those of you guys just joining on TikTok and on YouTube and Facebook, we're at the Creeper Gallery in New Hope, Pennsylvania. We're in the back room, which is called the Red Room with haunted objects. The first one we're investigating is that portrait you see hanging there of the baby, whose name is Tommy.
Shearer.
So Tommy's mother's name is Hattie
Pipe.
And the father's name is
William Shearer.
And so far, again, people say that the child was only a year old when the child passed, but that doesn't necessarily mean when you pass, you remain 1 year old through eternity. So we try to see if there is somebody connected to it and people think it's quote unquote haunted, who might that be that they feel around and that is attached to the object. So far, all of our interaction has been with a female. The lights have lit up to acknowledge that. That box she was using said woman.
Yep.
Said help us.
Yep.
So that's where we're at right now at this point.
And again, we just know that this is a portrait of Tommy and that who his mom and his father were. We don't know if the family was extended, bigger, where there were siblings. We don't know anything. We don't know where Tommy came from, the family, or any of that. So we are blind except for a handful of names.
Well, Tommy was a year when he passed, but he passed in 1911. So the odds of his parents being 1910, the odds of his parents being alive are non-existent.
And the unique thing is that I am going to try this little device here. And like I said before, whoever wants to come through this with this portrait, and like I said, I really don't get a sadness from this portrait. I will reiterate this again. It seems like it's a happy, once you go through grief after you've had the hard time of the whatever, that this was a happy memory. It was just looked upon with fondness and love and like a memory. You know what I mean? So this right here, whether I'm talking to William, Hattie, Tommy, whoever I'm talking to, one of the other family members that might want to come through because you said we're not alone. This right here, because like I said before, John and I cannot see you or hear you. So I put this on and I'll put that right up over there, away from me, and you can speak. And whatever you want to say when we ask the questions, whatever you just say, and hopefully we'll catch your voice, okay? And I reiterate, this cannot hurt you. So I'm just gonna set this right up here, so don't get freaked out by me, okay? I'm probably gonna set some stuff off. That's me. And then I'm gonna hit record. All right, and now I'm just getting out of your way. This is our first session for the Tommy portrait. Can you please tell me, who are we speaking with? Am I correct, or am I getting the right feeling that this picture actually brought back happy memories, acknowledgement of Tommy when you looked upon it? Were there any other children in this family, brothers, sisters? Can you tell me the name of the little boy in this portrait? Could you share with us, please, how Tommy died? Can you tell me the year that Tommy was born? Out of plain curiosity, could you tell me where the family was from? Do you have any idea, or can you see what is around you and where you are right now? How do you see or perceive John and I right now in this room with you? I'm going to ask you one more question. And the question is there anything that you would like to share on your own? Thank you.
Boy, I was holding that one the whole time.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that? It's lighting both of them.
So that was the egg. Wow. 2 domes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the egg with the yes written on it.
Okay,
It's
Hattie,
lighting up right now.
if this is, if
You can see them both going off.
okay. Are you learning how to use the yes and no eggs now? So real quick before we go on, could you step away for a minute or stop hitting that yes egg, please? Thank you. Is this Hattie? If this is Hattie, could you tap that egg again? If this is Tommy, Tommy, could you hit that egg for us, please? Could this be you, William? It's lighting up there. You see it?
No, I don't see anything.
Right behind the portrait, there's a green light flashing.
I don't see it from
You
here.
can't see it, huh? It's the dome up above. If you see the side of the cabinet, you'll see the green blinking. It's flashing.
I see it a little bit.
So I don't know how, I just looked up and saw that, so I'm not too sure who we have, but we're going to go back and we're going to listen and see if we can discover what's happening, okay? If you answered any of our questions. All right, here we go. All right, now I'm just going to out of your way. This is our first session for the Tommy portrait.
Could you rewind?
Can you please tell me?
Could you rewind?
This is our first session for the Tommy portrait. For the Tommy portrait.
Speaking. Speak.
This is our first session for the Tommy portrait.
Speaking.
Can you please tell me who are we speaking with?
Here we go. You rang that bell twice when I walked over there.
Am I correct, or am I getting the right feeling that this picture actually brought back happy memories, acknowledgement of Tommy when you looked upon it? When you looked upon it?
The first word is horrible something. Could it be horrible memories?
It's almost like Tommy, Mommy.
I think I hear horrible memories.
Were there any other children in this family? Brothers, sisters?
I can't hear from all the way over here.
Okay, here. Let's
I can't
switch.
hold this.
Let's switch.
Yeah, but you're
You have
doing well.
you have the better ears for listening. And we know it. So
Yeah, but you're doing well with this. So
it's okay. You just play this back.
You should have left it there.
Well, I am gonna what?
Leave the recorder on the pillow so I can.
Okay. Because I do. I think it would be better if you listened instead of me trying to. Because you do have the better hearing.
Not that much better.
Yeah, you do.
There was a stick figure a little bit there.
I heard the bell ring too.
Any voices, you shouldn't be switching. That's not good to do.
Well, just a playback. I think you know. Can you tell me the name of the little boy in this portrait?
I don't know if we say, let me talk. Let me go. That's really hard. Here, let me go or let me talk. First one is let me.
Could you share with us, please, how Tommy died? Can you tell me the year that Tommy was born? What was that?
Just a little happy. Happy.
Happy.
Happy.
And the light was going off. Out of plain curiosity, could you tell me where the family was from?
That's a male type of voice, though.
Yeah. See the light green? The green light going off over there? Do you have any idea or can you see what is around you and where you are right now?
So you're happy? Is that what you're saying yes to?
How do you see or perceive John and I right now in this room with you? I'm going to ask you one more question. And the question is there anything that you would like to share on your own?
Ooh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
There's a word at the end there.
Yeah, the lights are going off like the purple lights.
Those were all male tones, even the ones we couldn't make out completely. And yet the interaction here is with a female.
Yeah.
That's different. There's two different kinds of energy here, which would make sense.
Well,
a mother and her
she
son.
did say before, we're not alone.
You know, mother and her son. What is that light flashing up there?
I don't know. Do you want me to get up and look, or?
I don't know if that's one of the lights behind me. Where's it even coming from? There's not a bulb here. There's a green light that I keep seeing up there.
And you don't know where it's coming from?
Flash, flash, flash from where? Didn't I know?
Are you serious?
Yeah, right there.
I see the light. I thought it was just like I thought it was the cat ball.
Is there? Oh, there must be a light behind. Yeah, there's a light behind the photo. It's got to be that.
There's a light behind the photo.
Yeah, one of these. There's got to be one of these.
Oh, and it just went off.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, fix this. Yeah, when you're getting good voices like that and stuff, you should really stop and.
Well, I'd be more than happy to go back down there. I just like your hearing is so much better.
Well, I just don't think. I think you do one more EVP session, regular one, and see what you can get, and then we'll change over to.
Well, I would like to, whatever I didn't ask, that some of the watchers, if they want to put out a question at the end, like I'll ask a few questions and then see if somebody. So anybody that's watching right now, I'm gonna. What?
Go over again who this is and what we're doing and where we are and all that, because I do that.
This is a portrait of.
We're at the Creeper Gallery in New Hope, Pennsylvania.
Go ahead, say it, because they want to see a picture. Talk why I'm doing it. They want to see the picture.
Go ahead, you can tell them about the rest.
So we're at the New Hope Creeper Gallery, like John said. There's the portrait that we're doing. This is Tommy, or Thomas Shearer. He was born in 1909. He passed away in 1910. His mother is Hattie Pipe, and father was William Shearer. And this is all we know at this point in time. And what we're going to do is that I'm going to continue with doing a few more EVPs. And at the end, I'm going to turn to John and I'm going to point to him. And then he's going to ask questions that you guys want to be asked that we didn't ask. Okay. So let me give these back to John. All right, so we're going to do this again. I'm going to ask a few more questions. I might repeat a few more because we kind of didn't hear clearly on some of them, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this up by you. I wonder if I can, like, where they're more comfortable. Maybe I'll put it right up here by your portrait, further away from me. How's that, okay?
Careful.
I will. So I'm going to put it right here, okay? Session 2 with Tommy's portrait.
So I'm going to ask again. Could you please tell me the name of the person we're speaking with, please? I know you like the lights and touching them, but is there anything else that you could do for us or say to let us know that you're here? A name? Is that you? Because that light is right behind the portrait of Tommy. Is that you that's making that light blink green? Are we speaking with the mother of Tommy? If we are speaking with Hattie or William, did this portrait bring you joy when you look upon it? Motorcycle. What year was Tommy born? Did Tommy have any siblings at all? Would you mind sharing with us why Tommy passed away? Could you tell me what your favorite thing was to touch here? Was it the colored lights? Was it the bell or the eggs? I'm going to ask this question again, just a little differently. Where did you live as a family? What state?
Do you have any sisters and brothers? Tommy, what was your favorite toy?
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to come up and get it now. Let me get up. Okay. So I'm going to put it right here. Okay. Section 2 with Tommy's portrait. So I'm going to ask again. Could you please tell me the name of the person we're speaking with, please? I know you like the lights and touching them, but is there anything else that you could do for us or say to let us know that you're here? A name? Is that you? Because that light is right behind the portrait of Tommy. Is that you that's making that light blink green?
Is he saying help or hello? I can't tell. It's quick. I don't know if that's help or hello.
Are we speaking with the mother
Yeah, I hear help
of
too.
Tommy?
It was just a really quick.
If we're speaking with
Donna said, help me.
Patty
Okay.
or William, did this portrait bring you joy when you look upon it?
What did you say in the beginning? What did the box say? Help me too?
Motorcycle.
Did the box say help me in the beginning?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
you need help, Tommy? Hattie? Hey, Jennifer.
What year was Tommy born? Did Tommy have any siblings? Did Tommy have any? Did
Heard out the
Tommy
bell.
born?
Do you need help, Tommy?
Did Tommy have any siblings at all? Would you mind sharing with us why Tommy passed away?
Hattie, were you the one asking for help?
Could you tell me what your favorite thing was to touch here? Was it the colored lights? Was it the bell or the eggs?
It's weird that they asked for help twice.
I'm going to ask this question again, just a little differently. Where did you live as a family? What state?
Do you have any sisters and brothers? Tommy, what was your favorite toy?
Okay, thank you.
I don't know if you
I'm
can.
just gonna come up and get it now.
Were you sniffling at all?
Oh yeah, probably.
I can get up.
I want to try the spirit box thing on this real quick, because especially the help, asking for help twice on two different things
I did.
kind of is concerning. So
Yeah.
I'll see what I can get on that.
All right. Let me get it out of the way.
Sit down. I'll hand it to you.
Okay. That's all like a plan. No figure back in though, huh?
No, got it.
Oh, wait a minute. There is. There's a stick figure as soon as I walked away.
Small or big? Oh,
Big.
Big. Hattie, is this you? Hi, Hattie. Could you wave to us? See me waving? Could you wave back, please? We're going to try one more thing to try to talk to you. Find out what kind of help you need. Unless that was Tommy asking for help. Well, we're going to try one more thing, okay? I'm just going to sit back down over there and try one more thing before we finish here.
Oh, it just scrunched down.
Sorry about
And
that.
then went back up tall again and then scrunched down and left.
Okay.
It's okay. John's a gentle giant, I promise.
A giant? I'm a giant now?
To a child you are.
Well, that's not
To
a
a
giant.
woman.
Somebody that
To
tall?
a woman.
Okay.
It gets a little frisky.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something called a radio. I'm not sure if radios were around in 1910, but you might be able to talk through this device. I'm going to ask you questions just like we were doing before, and I'm going to just, again, use this device to record, and you might be able to talk through this object right here, this radio. Okay? So I'm going to start sweeping. I'm going to hit record. I'm going to put them one on top of the other. Hattie, if you're here, could you please say your name or say hello, please? We heard somebody asking for help. Could you please tell us what you need? What can we do for you to help you? Again, my name is John. This is Chris. Could you say either of our names or say hello, please? How many people were in your family? Could you tell me how many fingers I'm holding up? What is the little boy's name in that photo? There was a lot of bleed through coming through there. I heard a lot of things being said. I just couldn't hear anything clearly.
Yeah. The father's name was William Shearer.
Are you telling me that, or you're just?
No, somebody asked.
I'm going to put them one on top of the other. Patty, if you're here, could you please say your name or say hello, please? Please, sir. Could you please say your name or say hello, please? Say your name or say hello, please? Please, could you please say your name or say hello, please? Name or say hello, please? Please? Oh, please. Hello, please. I'm not from New Jersey or something. We heard somebody asking for help. Heard somebody asking for help. Exactly. Somebody asking for help. Accident? Something, it's an accident. We heard somebody asking for help. Something, his accident. Could you please tell us what you need? What can we do for you to help you? So like his accident. Again, my name is John. This is Chris. Could you say either of our names or say hello, please?
You know that light went off. The green light is no longer going.
It's me. How many people were in your family? Can you tell me how many fingers I'm holding up? It's like I asked that question too much. How many times? What is the little boy's name in that photo? Be careful, love. Be careful, love. It's weird.
Well, that was unique. Now, remember the green light flashing behind the portrait? It just stopped right after that. That the second to the last question, it stopped. So I wonder if the presence was there the whole entire time, making that light up, and then just
gone when it
left. Yep,
Yeah.
and that's it. See, that light is no longer flashing green.
Okay, Hattie, Tommy, William. Does feel like there's multiple energies surrounding that photo. People want to see it with the lights on, so we'll show it to you. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us and interact with us. Like Chris said, there's no sadness, there's no bad feelings here whatsoever. It's just the the feeling of maybe a family that's still together. I don't know what you need help with. Maybe some other time we'll come back and we'll try to talk about that and figure out what.
Maybe it needs help finding
What's going on?
to go to a special home. You know, like when you're displaced.
And maybe you'll share that with us next time. Okay? Anything you want to show us, react? If you want us to keep talking to you, the bell.
See the
any
light
of
flashing
lights,
again.
The lights here. Show us that you want us to continue.
But you notice it's blue now. It's not as intense. Blue is not as intense. It's the next level, but green is really intense.
If not, we're going to move on to speak to someone else, okay? All right, we're going to move on.
Thank you.
I'm going to show them the picture a little better. I'll turn the lights on. See him?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta move that
It's just that. Look at that face.
that one's going. We got to reset all that.
Every time I get an angle on it, you move.
Well, I'm trying to reset the lights.
Look at the face. See? I just want you guys to get a really good look. Yeah, he's real cutie. Look at them blue eyes.
So yeah, why are we doing this now?
If you look real close, it looks like he had blue eyes. They put blue eyes.
I don't know why that light is doing that. It's doing that the whole time.
You noticed no disposable diapers back then, right?
Right. Because like following me as I'm moving this, I gotta fix that light.
Okay. So, do you want me to
Start
start
talk
talking?
about the next object.
So, here, this is why I said before that we were doing 2 objects, but it's really 3 because these are a duo together.
Just went wonkers.
Right here. This is Sally's Dolls. Born Sally Sassaman Biting. That's a name. Sally Sassaman Biting in 1874 and passed in 1961 in Coopersburg, PA. Her husband was Howard Ruth Cressman, 1878 to 1958. They had 4 children, Russell, Earl, Kenneth, and Marie. Claims are the dolls move and could be heard playing. Well, that's interesting. And John in a minute is going to set them up. We'll give you a clearer view of them.
I'm gonna see if the batteries are drained.
Really? It just drained them right out.
Yeah, that whole entire time. So these are Duracells. These aren't crap batteries.
These are pretty. For some reason, when I first saw this doll, it just made me think of Scottish. I don't know why.
I have some.
John's just going to see if so these were memento dolls, Donna? Is that what you guys you're talking about? That they were in honor of both the husband and wife? Is that it? Again, we're just trying to set up. John said the the baby in the portrait was gotcha. It was the portrait you were talking about. So that's just the way that they painted him in death, huh? Gotcha. I had moved on to the doll, so I missed that part. It literally drained the battery because it kept hold of one of those. See the purple lights that are over there? It kept hold of one, and it was a steady green, which is a really high intense connection, and it drained the battery. So John's replacing that real quick so we can use it with the next 2 items.
Sorry, guys. Operator difficulty, and the operator is right
That
there.
wasn't the operator. I didn't do anything to it. It just went on its own.
Magic things happen
If you notice,
when John's not working
Mr. Ruggiero is a very
when John's not
spicy
working the
individual
camera.
with this girl.
Magic things happen.
I got the power. Must be my force of energy. And look, there's a figure. That's right.
There's nothing there.
And it just went. Maybe it was because you were picking on me. Yeah, it's just all I was doing was sitting there explaining to it. John walked out to get the batteries, and I'm explaining and talking to you guys about the portrait and stuff, and all of a sudden the screen went blank. But somehow I
All of a
touched
sudden.
something. Yeah, all of a sudden they'll tell you they were on here with me.
Hopefully these will sit on their own. They don't feel like they're going to.
Yeah, it did. It kind of looked like that, to be honest with you, Patricia.
There you go. Looks like that one's looking over there like, what's that evil book doing over there?
So these are just like I said, when I saw these dolls, they made me the female doll made me think Scottish. But it's a velvet. Before John shuts off the lights, I'll wait till he sets that up. I'll get close so you guys can really see.
But
The outfits, what the card was blocking, are velvet. Oh, he is like leaning forward, isn't he? They're porcelain. They look like they stare at you. They're in beautiful, beautiful condition for how old they are. They both have their shoes, their socks, their outfits. See the velvet? I don't know if you can tell. All right. And I'll let John do his thing. Get out of his way. And just so you see, there's nobody there.
that's the card on the floor.
The who?
Hello.
So they just rang the bell. And yes, egg. They said, yep.
No.
No? Okay, no. What, you didn't ring the bell?
Okay. So for anybody who just came on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, dome's going up back there. We are live from the Creeper Gallery in New Hope, Pennsylvania. Yeah, the dome's already going off, so I don't even have to explain anything at this point yet, but I'm going to anyway. The section we're in is called the Red Room. The Red Room has nothing but haunted objects in every case, on every wall out there. The owner, Donna Marion, is all her artwork on the other section of the shop. We come in and investigate all the objects that she brings into the shop. We have some background to go on usually, and then we try to either validate the information and even, there we go again, and find out a little more. Some are more active than others. Some figure things out a little better than others. And okay, her husband, 4 children. Okay.
Go ahead and read it again if you want, because
No,
with all
I'm
the
just looking at it now.
yeah, but I would read it again. Just let
I
everybody.
didn't read it yet, even to myself. Okay.
Somebody's spicy right now.
Yeah, somebody's spicy. Are we still on, by the way?
Yes,
Okay.
we are.
Sally's Dolls. Born Sally Sassaman Bidding in 1874, passed away in 1961. So she lived a long life. So again, Sally will be familiar with lights. Sally will be familiar with recordings and things of that nature. So there is a way to kind of explain things that we're going to be using, at least. Coopersburg, PA. Her husband was Howard Ruth Cressman, 1878 to 1958. So he lived a good life too. They had 4 children together: Russell, Earl, Kenneth, and Marie. Claims are the dolls move and could be heard playing. There's a boy doll and a girl doll. So we have Sally, Howard, Russell, Earl, Kenneth, and Marie. Now, again, the children might be alive because, you know, it's 10 years earlier than I was born, so they could be alive still. So Sally passed in 1961, 1878. Wow.
She passed what, like a year or two after he did?
She passed 3 years after he did.
Okay.
So, Sally, my name is John. I saw you were one of you, Howard, or one of you were touching, kind of figuring out what's going on over there with the things we have there. My name is John. This is Chris. What we do is we come in and try to talk to anybody who may be connected to or come in through things that belong to them at one time. I'm assuming these dolls belong to Sally. They claim to hear the dolls playing, which is kind of strange, but okay, we'd love to hear that. We just want to talk to you. Whatever you're willing to tell us and share with us, we'd love to hear. We don't mean any disrespect to you or your family at all. The things that we bring and that we put around the dolls that look really strange, purple lights, they change different colors. And all you need to do is release the energy from the dolls or stand in that area. And you'll see those lights change from blue to red to green, yellow, all different colors. You saw how those circles work that are in the back and the front. Just move your fingers around them. They change different colors like the rainbow, like I just did there. There is an actual bell that you can touch and ring. There are these Easter eggs, blue one, yellow one, that have the words yes and no written on them. They work the same way as this little twinkly ball here works. All I did is touch it with my finger or try to roll it. And you see they light up the color, and you can see that you answered by touching either one of them. The reason we use all this, and then we have a music box over here. That wasn't me. The reason we use all of these things is because you could be standing here talking and waving your hands or just sitting next to us and we can't see you and we can't hear you. We don't have that ability. So we kind of use these as a communication device so that we can kind of go back and forth and we know at least you're there, even if we can't hear you and see you. Okay, so try your best to use them. And we're going to kind of go back and forth a little bit. So we also have a camera here that I'm pointing at that if you stand there, we'll be able to see you as well. Okay? And there's two things up top there that work the same way. They go all the way around. So, Sally, these dolls, were they part of a bigger collection? Is there, or was there a big collection that had a bunch of dolls? They're on a dresser or a cabinet or shelves? Yeah, okay. Most people that do collect those type of dolls, I know a few people, they have a bunch of them. They don't just have two. They wind up buying kind of whole sets and different types of dolls like that, the porcelain dolls. Were these two your favorites? A little boy, little girl? You had four children. Russell, Earl, Kenneth, and Marie. Well, 2 boys, 2 girls. Maybe that's why you got a boy and a girl each. Says you lived in Pennsylvania. We're in Pennsylvania right now. We're in New Hope. Sally, you lived 74. That's what, 26, 87 years old. That's a long life. And you were married and had 4 children. That's a pretty full life. We're going to try to talk to you again using different things. This is called the recorder. We're going to try to hear your voice or your husband Howard's. We're going to try some other little gadgets that we have. Again, these dolls. What happened that these dolls weren't given to your children or your grandchildren? Is that what you would have preferred? Would you prefer if they had these dolls? Russell, Earl, Kenneth, Marie, or their children? Do you have grandchildren? That light there just kind of moved a little. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Again, I encourage you to use everything here that you want to use to, to light up or touch, just to answer if I can't hear you. But we're also going to try a recorder and this other box right here that you can in theory, pick a word and it will say it. So let's start with that. Okay. I'm going to turn this on. I want you to think really long and hard about one word or two or three words that you want to say, that you want us to know about you. And this box should repeat them or could repeat them. Okay. Anything you want to share at all that you want us to know, it'll come through here. So just think really, really hard. One word, two words, three words, and this box will say it out loud, and I'll be able to read it on the screen here. Be cautious. That's strange. Why do you think I would need to be cautious? Again, these were dolls that belong to you, and I'm sure were kept in your family home for a long time. Anything else you want to tell me or share? Again, one word, two words, three words. Something was a soldier. I don't know if anybody in the family was a soldier.
Possibility,
I
right?
don't know. It's kind of strange. Okay, so let's try a recorder first. Okay, I'm going to ask you questions, and even if I can't hear you, I want you to try to talk out loud. And I don't if it's Sally, Howard. Sorry, Sally, Howard, or any of the children if they've passed. Feel free to answer. Again, this is just about somebody's going to buy these dolls and they're going to bring them into their home. We just want to make sure you're okay with that, and that you'd be okay with another family having them and displaying them and keeping them on a shelf or a dresser. That's all we want to make sure, and find out more than just whatever we have here. We'd like to fill a little more if you could share some more about your lives. That's it. Okay. God, the air in here, horrible. So I'm going to put this recorder right in the boy doll's lap. Okay. I'm hitting the record button. I'm putting that right there. Sally, if you're here, could you please say hello or say your name? Sally, how many children did you have? Or do you have? How many boys and how many girls? What's your husband's name? Sally, did you work or were you a homemaker? How old were you when you married Howard? How many dolls were in your collection? Do you know? Is it okay with you and your family if these dolls are purchased by someone else and displayed in their home? which one of your children was the oldest or is the oldest? Is there anything you want to say that I haven't asked you, or something you just want to let us know about you and your family or your life? Say it now, please. Dang, that air in here killing me.
Yeah, it's drying out my throat.
Yeah. I'm not feeling a whole strong presence here. Again, this one you might want to try afterwards because they are dolls and she is a female. Putting that right there. 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 Did she say whisper? Putting that right there. Right there, whisper. Putting that right there.
Whisper.
Putting that right there. Right, whisper.
Yep, whisper. It slid right in there.
Sally, if you're here, could you please say hello or say your name? Sally, how many children did you have? Or do you have? How many boys and how many girls? You want to talk to me? It's not. What's your husband's name? I think she wants to talk to me. So, did you work or were you a homemaker? How old were you when you married Howard? She won't talk to me. How many dolls were in your collection? Do you know? She says there were 20. What? There were 20. It's hard for me to hear it back there.
Oh my God. There were 20.
There were 20 or there were plenty, either one.
No, something like that. Yeah. Wow.
Is it okay with you and your family if these dolls are purchased by someone else and displayed in their home? Voice too. They hear that or no?
Yeah. That was a clear 20.
Which one of your children was the oldest or is the oldest?
Let me get out. It doesn't sound. I thought it was Russell for a minute, but not clear.
Is there anything you want to say that I haven't asked you, or something you just want to let us know about you and your family or your life? Say it now, please.
I got there were 20.
Yeah, that was pretty good. So real quick before I take over and do an EVP, do a John method with the
John
spirit.
method?
Yes, the John method.
I don't know what that is. I mean, spirit box.
Yes, they call it the John Ruggiero method.
Okay. When is she going to talk to me?
Well, let's just give it another
She
cheat
said
sheet.
there were 20 or there were plenty. Bingo.
She's
That's
warming
pretty
up
damn
to
good.
you. She's
That's
warming up.
pretty damn good. Thank you for that. Sorry for swearing. But yes, you said there were 20, right? Porcelain dolls in your collection or plenty? All right. So we're going to try to use this radio now. See this? It's a radio. You can talk through it. People believe that using the white noise and the frequencies, that spirits can communicate on that level. Okay, so I'm going to hit record. I'm going to put this on here. Sally, are you here? Could you please say hello or say your name? Sally, I asked you how many dolls were in your collection. You tell me that again? Is it plenty or 20? Sally, I was talking about your family, Howard, your kids. How many kids did you have? How many children? Would you care to share any of their names? The name of the oldest would be pretty good. Sally, where did you live? What town? What was your husband's name? Or is your husband's name? I'm sorry. So I'm looking at your maiden name. How do you pronounce that? Your last name, your maiden name. So when they hear these dolls playing, what are they hearing? Anything else you want to share with me before I turn this off? Howard, Sally?
Why did you caution John in the beginning? Any reason?
Again, my name is John. This is Chris. No reason. Would you like to say goodbye or say anything else to us? Say our names? Either?
No.
Let's see what we got.
Here, could you please say hello or say your name? Your name?
So I thought that was a hello.
Sorry, I asked you how many dolls were in your collection. You tell me that again? Were in your collection. You tell me that again? Is it 20 or 20? Is it 20 or 20? Is it 20 or 20?
Let me know how to get what?
From?
Is it 20 or 20?
How to get from. And the light is going
Is
on,
it 20
by
or
the doll.
20?
John.
So,
Oh, I see a top.
Yes.
is it 20 or 20?
It says something about drawn to it. See, drawn
So-
to it? Let me know how to do something that says I'm drawn to
You
it.
tell me that again? Is it 20 or 20? Sorry, I was talking about your family, Howard. Your kids. How many kids did you have? How many children?
So,
Would you
so
care to
now,
share any of their names? The name of the oldest would be pretty good. This would be pretty good.
I'm
Pretty good.
lonely?
This would be pretty good.
listen. Now, I hear
Oldest would be pretty good.
where's the card? I don't know what order, but is that the
The
bell?
bell.
The one of the daughter's name is Marie.
All right.
So I don't know if that's saying I'm Marie. I mean, that's why I listened to it over again.
Ah.
One of the oldest would be pretty good.
See?
So, so, sorry, where did you live? What town? What was your husband's name? What is your husband's name? I'm sorry. So I'm looking at your husband's name. I'm sorry. So,
Howard. Clear as day. Is that his name?
so I'm looking at your
Howard.
maiden name. Looking at your maiden
Husband's
husband's
name
name.
was Howard Ruth Pressman.
What is your husband's name? I'm sorry. So I'm
Howard.
looking at your maiden name. How do you pronounce that? Your last name, your maiden name. So when they hear these dolls playing, what are they hearing? Anything else you want to share with me before I turn this off? Howard, Sally?
Why did you caution John in the beginning? Any reason?
I'm talking.
Any reason?
I'm talking.
Again, my name is John. This is Chris. No reason. Would you like to say goodbye or say anything else to us? Say our names. Either. No.
That was weird. I could have swore I heard a Marie, and somebody said they were talking, and Howard.
Howard was
good.
clear.
And her
clear.
Her husband was Howard Ruth Cressman, 1878 to 1958.
I didn't mean, if you were talking, I'm sorry, I can't hear you with my naked ear, so I didn't realize you were speaking, so I apologize.
Like the ball in the middle there too, and rang the bell during that whole thing.
I was pretty productive.
Was that noise disturbing? Was that bothering you? The way that does that bother you, or were you happy that you could actually use something so we could hear your voice? Well, Chris is going to sit down here before we go and ask you some questions. We're going to try one more time. This time, Chris will try to talk to you, Sally. Yeah.
And those that are watching, put together a few questions you want to ask, and John will say them when I'm done.
Yeah, hopefully you're willing to talk to her, because again, this is why we're here. So we're just to connect with you and try to find out what we can, and find out if you're here, to find out about you and your family, and whatever you want to say is fine. Okay? That's cool. That was lighting the cat ball like that.
Yeah, that was. As soon as you went on to that one part there where you were listening over and over, I just
and then
went.
The bell was verifying the plenty or the 20.
Yeah.
They can't all be possessed dolls, unfortunately. We have to do the nice stuff too.
Thank God.
Well, I don't know about that.
No, I do.
I'd rather do the possessed stuff myself.
And I know you would. There, because you're a sassy pants. Yeah, I agree with you. No, that's not mess with the dark stuff. Okay. So.
She wants you to ask the names of the dolls.
We'll get We'll
Are you
get
happy
to it.
with Howard?
Do you hear me? Wait a
I
minute.
hear you. I'm just telling you in advance. So
Well, no, I want wait until the end after I do mine, and then you can ask the questions.
Yeah. Okay.
It's easier that way for me. All right, so I'm gonna set this up. This time I'm gonna put it in between the both of you. All right, the two dolls. All right, I'm just gonna set that right there. Second session with Sally's dolls. I do have to tell you, Sally, I am completely fascinated by your middle name, Sassaman. Did you have a nickname? And if you did, could you tell me what it was? So you hit the bell and you said no. Is that because you didn't like your nickname and you don't want to repeat it? You had 4 children. How many of them were boys? John asked you how many dolls were in your collection. Could you please tell us again how many? Could you tell us?
Sorry.
Could you tell us the ages of your children, please? Are your children still surviving? Could you tell me where you were born? It tells us here where you died, but could you tell us where you were born, please? What profession or job did your husband do? Were you married young? I know these are personal questions, but it's just trying to get to know you. How old were you when you had your first child? My favorite color is blue. Do you have a favorite color?
Do other of those dolls have a name? Were you and Howard always happy together? What did Howard do for a living? What was your favorite food? Did you have any hobbies or things that you like to do? Are you okay with us coming here and other people coming here and looking at these dolls and trying to talk with you and your family? That's it.
Thank you, Sally. All right, so put that right there. Second session with Sally's dolls. I do have to tell you, Sally, I am completely fascinated by your middle name, Sassaman. Did you have a nickname? And if you did, could you tell me what it was? So you hit the bell and you said no. Is that because you didn't like your nickname and you don't want to repeat it? You had 4 children. How many of them were boys? John asked you how many dolls were in your collection. Could you please tell us again how many?
I don't think she want to talk to me either.
Could you tell us?
Oh, sorry.
Could you tell us the ages of your children, please? Are your children still surviving? Could you tell me where you were born? It tells us here where you died, but could you tell us where you were born, please? What profession or job did your husband do? Were you married young? I know these are personal questions, but it's just trying to get to know you. How old were you when you had your first child? My favorite color is blue. Do you have a favorite color?
Do other of those dolls have a name? Were you and Howard always happy together? Together? It's a sound.
Sound like no.
What did Howard do for a living? Taking the ding. What was your favorite? What was your favorite?
Says something.
What was your? What was your?
What's the question?
What was your? What was your favorite? What was your favorite?
What's the question?
What was your? What was your favorite? What was your favorite food? Did you have any hobbies or things that you like to do? Are you okay with us coming here and other people coming here and looking at these dolls and trying to talk with you and your family? That's it.
Thank you, Sally.
Did you say that?
See what?
At the still right now, but at the end, somebody said okay. Was that you?
I thought it was me.
Oh well, if you thought it was you, then it was probably you.
So I think you're sassy, Sally. But she didn't really want to talk to me.
No, I think that was again very. That was a tough one. You know, they're not all going to be like out of this world and lights and everything. There was some there. Again, that plenty EVP was pretty clear.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, not a whole lot. Maybe worth another go around and another day. But Sally, thank you so much.
But it did.
Howard.
I am going to say it did sound like when it said, what do you do for a living? It sounded like hatcher or catcher.
Kathy said she thought she heard butcher.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so. It would be interesting to find that out if that is exactly
Yeah.
what that is, because that would be very unique. Because
All right, guys. Next time it's going to be all dark evil items.
My hearing
okay.
is not the best.
You know, talking to these quiet ones, it's fun, but not as fun as talking to the bad ones. So, thank you all for watching. We'll be back on tomorrow night with Cody and Satori. If you're on TikTok, you can see it on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, it'll be on our Facebook page. It'll also be on YouTube, 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Cody and Satori will be on live again, 8 p.m. So this is it from the Creeper Gallery, New Hope, Pennsylvania. You can see all the, let me show you the objects real quick around us. Some good stuff around here. These are the worst of the worst over here. Bible and that box are two of the worst items in here, along with this one right here. Those were sensors that were actually used in exorcisms by the priests. Pictures you can see behind them. How good you can see that. The priests are back there. But they have bad juju. Maybe we'll do one of those live one time. Taylor, thank you for moderating again. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
That was short.